guys, welcome to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this vlog, it's going to be a little bit more heavier than my previous vlogs that I've done. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I've been going through lately, just because the reason I started this channel and this vlog was to talk about what's going on in my life, what I'm doing, what I'm liking, stuff like that. So I just kind of thought it was important. Who knows if I'll even post this, honestly, just because I am a little bit like self-conscious and worried. But yeah, the past, like I'd say week and a half has been a little bit hard. I've been super stressed and just overwhelmed and a little bit sad, you know, I just have a lot going on. And this isn't something that's like new for me. I've struggled with anxiety and depression in the past, and yeah, so I've just been going through a lot of stuff. I know it's because I have things coming up like bills due, stuff's going on with my dad, my sister, so that kind of adds to my stress. And I know we all have things going on in our life that we're stressed out about, and I don't want it to seem like I'm complaining. I just think I am a person who doesn't necessarily let people in, see them. I'm not open about my feelings. I don't like to be vulnerable. And I think to grow as a person, I need to learn to be more open and share my struggles with people, because in the past I haven't. I have friends. But yeah, it's part of growing up. It's part of learning. And yeah, it's just something I'm trying to work on. And this time last year was a really hard time for me. I was going through family stuff. And because of that, I left a job I was at for a couple years. And it was just breaking away from my daily routine. There was a lot unknown in my life, and there still is, which is why I think I've been getting stressed more recently. But, this time last year was so bad. I literally couldn't get out of bed in the mornings. My anxiety was so bad I couldn't go to the corner store and get a cup of coffee. I couldn't even walk my dog. Like, the thought of doing that was just so overwhelming to me. And it was just hard because in my family, it's just like, I'm not trying to talk bad about my family. I love them so much. They mean the world to me. But we don't necessarily talk about things we're struggling with a lot. And I think it's because my parents were both raised in these big families where you just didn't talk about it. Like, growing up, that was weird to them. That wasn't what their generation was used to. My dad, his dad was like this macho guy that he wouldn't even like get numbed when he would go to the dentist or stuff like that. So my dad really inherited that gene, and I think I'm a lot like my dad, where if something's stressing us out or making us sad, we don't talk about it. And I know my dad, he's been in law enforcement his whole life, and he's dealt with depression because of that, because he's seen friends pass in the line of duty and stuff like that. And I know it's given him anxiety. And I would like us to have that kind of relationship, just because I know he's probably someone who can relate to me and what I'm going through. But it's just hard for me to open up to, because I don't want my family to have to worry about me. And I think that's another reason why I don't really share what I'm going through. So I'm trying to work on that a lot. But yeah, this past week has just been, I've just kind of been in a funk. I haven't been really wanting to do stuff. I mean, this week has gotten a little better. Like, I've been able to take the dog for a walk every day. And I know that sounds funny to people, and it sounds kind of sad that that's what I base my success as. But just going from where I was last year to this year, where I wasn't even able to do that, being able to do it this year in the past couple of days, it means a lot to me, you know, because it's progress. Like, as humans, we're progressing, we're learning how to deal with things, and it's progress to me, and it's small to some people, but to me it means a lot. And I don't know, I've just kind of been in a funk because there's a lot of unknown in my life, as I said, career-wise, and I think we all struggle with it. We go online, we go on Instagram, we see people whose lives, they have these Instagram lives that seem perfect and like everything's going their way. And we kind of sit there and we're like, how did they achieve this? How are they there? Why am I not there? We base our success rate on the success rate of other people. And that's something I struggle with a lot, especially, like I would love to be more established in a career right now. And I think I look at people I went to high school with, people I went to college with, family members, and I feel like I'm just behind. And they have these careers, they know where they're going in life. And I feel like as a kid, you're told you could do anything you want, you could be anything you want. You just have to work hard, go to college, do this. And people don't really talk about the struggles you'll encounter or how to deal with that. And that's a part of growing up, is learning that you can plan all these things, but they might not necessarily come to fruition, or this career objective you had for yourself once you're not going to like it. Oh, something better. So I guess I'm kind of waiting for that something better. Not necessarily better, but something, like a little bit of direction right now. And I think that's kind of why I've been down, just because I've been comparing myself too much, and that's something I really need to work on as well. So I've just kind of been seeing where I was last year, and I am doing a lot better this year, so that's what I have to think about in my mind to keep progressing. And I have to learn to be patient, that those people who I see on Instagram who might be successful now, they could have been where I am years ago, that it didn't just happen overnight. And anything worth having, you have to work hard at it. It's going to take a while. Nothing happens overnight, and to just keep pushing, keep moving forward. And I just have to think of, like today I got out of bed. That was a big deal, because this time last year I could not have done that. I blow dried my hair, put on a little bit of makeup. That's a big step from where I was last year. And I remember, like my anxiety, it can be like just stress that's coming out, like events coming up, having to go to family events and like be bombarded with questions by family members I haven't seen in a while. And it kind of makes me feel bad when I don't have the answers to questions they're asking. Or it could just be like, I remember this time last year, me and my sister were taking a trip to New York, and I think New York is difficult for anybody who's not from there. It's a fast-paced environment, and it takes a lot out of you. But I was so anxious back then. I remember we were going to this exhibit, and we were like 2 hours early, and she was like, what do you want to do? Let's walk around, let's do this, this, and that. And I was like, I don't think I could do that. I think I'm like gonna have a mental breakdown right now. Like, I don't think I can do that. And I felt like my body, like, sometimes I'll feel like it's just shutting down, you know? So I remember she was like, okay, let's just go get Starbucks, let's get you water or something. So we were in there, and we were sitting down, and it was like 15 minutes had passed, and she's like, okay, you're better now, right? Like, let's go. And I was like, Caitlin, like, it's my sister's name. I was like, I honestly don't think I can go walk around. Like, if you want to, that's fine. You could just leave me here. Like, I just can't right now. Like, I'm so... And she was just like, you just have to push through it. Like, it's in your head. And hearing those things are really hard. I think anyone with anxiety can relate to that. That if you have people around you who haven't been through it or haven't been exposed to it really, I can't blame her. And I'm not mad at her for it. It just like hurts when people tell you that, because you want to be like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could push through it. But literally, it feels like my whole body is shutting down. It feels like everything around me is moving in fast motion, and I can't, like, I feel like I'm gonna scream, like I just need to sit here. And then I remember we went to the exhibit and someone took our photo, and like you could tell I was just like not in a good place, and she was like, smile, act like you're not scared of me. And again, I can't be mad at her because she didn't know what I was going through, but that just really hurt to hear. And I think as humans, like Ellen says it every day on her show, like, be kind to one another. And I don't necessarily think that person was trying to be unkind. Like, maybe she was trying to be funny and lighten the moment, make me laugh. But I think you really do just have to be kind to people because you never know what they're going through. And that's an instance where I wish she hadn't said that, but she did, so oh well. But I know that sometimes I have bad days and I take it out on everyone around me. I'll say things that are mean, and I don't know what that person's going through that I just insulted or I just yelled at. They could be going through some of the exact same things I'm going through, and I just ripped their head off, and now they feel worse. And I feel worse too because I'm going to regret it later. But I think that's one of those instances where you just be kind, like, don't say anything at all. And I just want to remind everyone to be kind to each other. Like Ellen says every day, the queen of daytime TV. It is something so simple, but it is something we forget about so often. And I just think back to the past year in situations where I wish people may have been a little kinder. Someone on the street would have smiled at me and would have said, oh, your jacket's pretty, or held the door open for me, or said something they liked about me that day. It really would have changed my whole outlook. So just be kind to one another. It's as simple as saying, hi, how are you? And if someone says, oh, not so great, oh, well, what could I do to make your day better? What could I do to put a smile on your face? Or saying, your shoes are so cute, you have such a good sense of style. That could really change someone's whole outlook. So being kind is something as simple as that, and I hope that we all remember that. Last year I was like so anxious I couldn't even walk the dog, and I know I keep saying that. But this year I try to say, oh, at least I have a dog, you know? And that might sound silly to some people, but dogs really do make you happy. They make you feel better. And I just am grateful that I have her because she is there. And like this past week, me and my dad have both been in funks, and she'll just come up to us and sit right on our chest and just lay there. And I think she knows something's up with us and that we're not feeling ourselves. People might think I'm crazy, but yeah, that just makes me really grateful. And I just have to keep counting things that I'm grateful for and not focusing on what my life is lacking and what I thought it would be at this point in time, to kind of help me get through this little funk I've been in. And I recently started following people on Twitter, like Hoda from the Today Show. She posts a quote. She just came out with her quote book, so she shares quotes every day. I think it was, you were put here for a reason. Make your life a life well lived. That really struck a chord with me and motivated me to get up and do something today. And I also started following Cody Taggart, I think is how you say it. I'll try to link it down below. But he is someone who has struggled with depression himself and anxiety. And since my family, we don't know how to talk about it really, or how to approach the subject, he is someone who does. And he has a community of people who will comment on posts that have been through it. So finding that space has really alleviated a lot of my stress and made me feel like you're not crazy. There are people like you who are going through this. It is something normal, and you'll get through it. All these people have, and so will you. And he'll post things like, woke up today and my brain was playing games on me and I am feeling depressed. And hearing someone else is feeling the same way as I am, because a year ago I didn't think people felt this way or were going through the same thing I am. So just that is a comfort to me. So that's another small thing that makes me feel better about when I get in these funks or when I get anxious. Or he'll put, help me get my brain off things. What are things you're grateful for? What is something you're going to do today? And just typing back something will give me something to do to get my mind off of it. Or seeing people's responses will be like, okay, there are other people who are going through this. And it is a really big comfort. And it is nice to have found a place where people can relate to you. So that is kind of just what I have been dealing with. I'm sorry if this was kind of heavy, and I hope even if one person out there watches this that didn't feel like there was people going through what they were before, I hope it was a comfort to you, and I hope you know, yes, there are people out there like you. I'm like you, and a year ago I thought I was alone too, but you're not. And I just want to say, like, I'm part of me getting over and getting through my depression and anxiety. I might not ever be rid of it, but just getting through this hump I'm in is I have to have these honest conversations with myself, and that's something in the past I have just avoided. I've just tried to push these feelings down, and now I am trying to deal with those, and I'm trying to find strategies and ways to deal with them, and finding people who have dealt with these things and learning from them has been really helpful. I just want to say I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form on depression or anxiety. It's something I'm learning about each and every day. Yeah, it will get better. You will have more good days. I think that sometimes you have to go through the bad days so you can appreciate the good days more. And I know for people like me who struggle with this kind of stuff, it seems like you have more bad days. But just try to find one little thing that's good in each bad day to keep you going. You will have more good days. You just have to keep going and keep striving and keep trying. And hopefully my next video will be a little more upbeat. And I'm just trying to be more of myself with you guys and be honest with myself as well. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you stayed this long, good for you, because I know it's a bit of a ramble. And thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, and comment something positive down below. Please don't like nitpick at the things I've said, or if I've said something repetitively, please just comment something positive, someone you follow who inspires you, or something you're grateful for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.